Wondershare.
These mosquitoes, man, here are freaking nuts. They bite you and you get like the biggest welt here. It's ridiculous.
Let's see here.
Alaska to bite through your freaking jeans. Dude.
Yeah, that's because those are pterodactyls. Those aren't mosquitoes.
All right, so if you guys can see my screen, here is the sign that I am getting ready to cut tonight. It is not complete yet or ready to cut into pieces with my acrylic. There's a few things I need to do to edit it. And if you see this spot right here where my mouse is, it's where the scorpion ends. There's the side of a scorpion here, and it doesn't have a line that connects the bottom portion to the top portion. I need to be able to do that instead of just having half of the scorpion like cut out, as you can see. So what I'm going to do is, first off, I need to be able to break these pieces apart, like by separating the nodes. So what I'm going to do is go over onto my screen on Lightburn and select the tool that says Edit Nodes. I'm going to click that, and it's going to show you all the nodes that are in this particular graphic. So I'm going to zoom into the nodes I'm going to separate at, and I will click on the node I want to break this point, hit Control and B, and you can see that it actually separates the node. Now I can, I have to click on this again. All right. Now I can completely separate that node from the one it was attached to. And I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom. And I'm going to highlight it, Control B for break. And now I have that point, I can separate it. I have pre-drawn a couple of lines. They're in a different layer right now. And as you can see, they popped up on my screen. They're in blue. What I want to do is I want to change those to the same layer as the rest of the scorpion. So I'm going to have to change them to 00, which all I have to do is highlight them or click on them and go down and select the layer. Now they turn black. So I will be able to join these nodes together where at the breakpoints that I have previously broken. So the outside line is right here. I'm going to grab it and select the Edit Nodes button again. And I'm just going to drag it up and connect it to the line that at the breaking point that I want to attach it to. And I'm going to do the same thing at the bottom. So I'm going to grab the node point and boom. Now, as you can see, the entire scorpion outline is visible with all the nodes showing. Now, when I say I'm going to bend it like Beckham, what I have to do is I can take these lines that I previously established that are straight, and I can just grab them in the middle and click and be able to bend them. Like, just pull them over to the side. And everybody see how the line is moving? I have actually connected two nodes together in here, so I'm going to do it again. So it gives me a sort of a complete scorpion outline on the outside. So now when I cut the piece out, it'll cut the entire piece, the entire scorpion body out, and I don't have to worry about the laser stopping and essentially wasting material because I don't have a complete line cut out. So for the inside, it's the same thing. So I have, let's go back to Edit Nodes, right? I'm going to click on this guy right here, and I'm going to bend this node around, and you can obviously just change the angle in which it's been around with these little tools right here, the blue dots. So the red dots are the nodes, the blue dot, these are blue, right?
That's a red dot.
All right, which
that
one's
you're currently messing with?
All right, so when I don't have it selected, it's blue. When I select it, it turns red. All right, and so I just go ahead and start messing with it, bending it around. I'm going to do the same to the bottom. So I'm going to pull the breaking point up, and I'm going to flip the node, the node adjuster around. And now what I can do is take the previously established second line and attach it at the breakpoint. See this right there. All right. And the same thing at the top. Boom. Now it is a fully enclosed shape, and just grab those lines and pull them out. So if you're having trouble, if you have an image that you converted and you need to be able to change the directions that the nodes are going or change the lines, how they're looking, all you have to do is break the nodes apart and reestablish your whatever lines you want to look at by drawing lines and using the nodes to the break nodes a function on Lightburn. Any questions, boys?
I do have something to add just for the newer users of Lightburn. So real quick, Nick, can you zoom into your left tool panel where you selected the node editing real quick? Are you able to do that, or does it not really zoom in like that?
For some reason, it stopped working.
Okay, that's okay.
Oh, there it goes. So I can zoom into the. I can zoom into
the actual node editing. All
right,
so Nick, if you could for me real quick, take your mouse and just hover over the node editing real quick. If it wants to work. So real quick for new users out there, if you don't know this, so Nick was able to say, okay, break shape at point, right? And that that could be common knowledge, but for some it might not be. If you go over the node and you hover your cursor over the node editing button itself, it'll actually populate a list of hotkeys. And it'll actually break open like the different letters.
Oh, right here?
Yeah, so if you just like come off of it and go back on and then leave it and don't move it. Right click real quick on it. Weird.
Yeah, it's giving me shape properly. I can't see what's going on too. My monitor's just shut off. So
when I look at mine, I'll just base it off what I'm looking at now. So when you hover over it, it'll actually give you a list of commands. You have S for smooth, L for convert curve to line, C for convert node to corner, D for delete, I for insert node. So there's sometimes you might need to add nodes. You could just hover over the line where you want to add it and push Control I. And then of course you got the M, which is insert node at midpoint, and then B, like Nick was saying, for break shape at point. You got T for trimming a line, E for extending, and then A for aligning. Those are all different options you can do in the node editing, so you aren't just limited to breaking them and whatnot. Sometimes you can take sharp corners, select a bunch of nodes, and click Control S, and it'll just round them all out. It's funny when you do that because sometimes you don't know what you're going to get. But yeah, that's just also just some tidbits there for that. And then one thing to note is obviously Nick was giving us a quick tutorial on this. I can say that when Nick has edited his stuff or his acrylic stuff in the past, I can tell you he probably spends I'd say about 30 minutes now because he's gotten pretty good at it with even some of the more complex files. But yeah, that was just a quick iteration of what he does.